श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं परमानन्दमाधवम्। Asti Bhati was to be together. Asti Bhati Priyam Rupam Nama Chetyam Shapanchakam Adyatrayam Brahma Rupam Jagat Rupam Tatodvayam. So now, what is there? Drig, which is of the nature of Sat, Chit, Ananda, and the entire Drishya, starting from Linga Sharira, up to the everything. Okay? And what is that? That also has got Sachidananda as a substratum, as a reality, and Nama and Rupa as apparent appearance. Is it not? So finally, what are we left with? Sachidananda plus Sachidananda plus 0. Drig is what? Sachidananda. Drishya is what? Reality is Sachidananda. And Mithya or apparent is what? Nama Rupa. So Nama Rupa I am making it 0. Value 0. So Sachidananda, which is individual, the final, and Sachidananda plus it. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmaiva Na Paraha. That's all. There are only two things, Drig and Drishya. Drig is of the nature of Sachidananda. Drishya is of the nature of Sachidananda plus Nama Rupa. Nama Rupa is Mithya. So what is left now? Sachidananda expanse is left. So everything is what? Sachidananda. So what is Linga? You cannot say Karta and Karnam. That is gone. Now you have to say what? Sachidananda appearing as Karta. Sachidananda appearing as Karna. What is Indriya? Sachidananda appearing as Indriya. What is Deha? Sachidananda appearing as Deha. What is this? Sachidananda appearing as a spectacle box. Got it? This is a famous Vedantic Brahma Satyam Jagan Vidya. So that is Brahma Satyam is what? From linga to everything, the reality of it is Brahma. Jagat is what? Nama Rupa. Jagat Nitya. Okay? And me, the individual. Here when I see individual, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha, when I mean, it is me, the individual, the final ultimate Drig. And that is what? Brahma Eva. So the Sakshi is Brahma Eva, Drig is Brahma Eva, and Jagat is also Brahma Eva. Understand? श्लोकार्धेन प्रवक्ष्यामि यदुक्तं ग्रन्थकौटिभिः ब्रह्म सत्यं जगन्मिथ्या जीवो ब्रह्मैव नापरः. In half shloka, Shankaracharya says, in half a shloka I will tell you the entire Vedanta. Shloka, not even one shloka, half shloka. Shloka ardhena pravaksham, I shall tell you. Yaduktam grantha in crores of texts, all the Upanishads, entire Bhagavad Gita, I will tell you in one half line. What is that? Brahma Satyam, Jagannathya, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. So if you want to tell in the words of the Drishya, you should tell like that. Brahma Satyam, reality, which is Asti Bhati Priyam Sachidananda. Jagannitya, Nama Rupa is Nitya. Jivo Brahmaiva, Jiva Drig, Brahmaiva, Brahmaiva Sachidananda Eva. So Drig is also Sachidananda, Drishya also is Sachidananda, so everything is Sachidananda. Everything is Brahma. Therefore, this verse, really speaking, is doing the final appreciation of the individual as well as the total. This verse. Okay. Final kind of message. So after explaining that Satchitananda, it exists, it reveals and it fulfills, and therefore Satchitananda. And then explaining that Nama and Rupa pertain to the world aspect. One is reality aspect, another is world aspect. Okay? Now the author explains how you will see this in everything, every object of the world. Next one.
Page 72, verse 22.
Come. Satchidananda
Vidyate Rupanamani.
Vidyate or Vidyate? Vidyate should be. Vidyate Rupanamani. Kavaivat Nijalor Vishu Devadiryannaradishu Abhinna Satchidananda Vidyate Rupanamani. You will know these words. Vayu, you know, is it not? Vayu is air. Agni, fire. Jala, water. Urvi, So only one word you do not know. K. What is it? Space. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Aha, Prithvi. The five elements. Space, air, fire, water. Shu. Shu means in that. Plural. In them. In them. And also what? Deva. Deva, the deities. Devatas. Tiryan, animals. Nara, man. Adishu, etc. Birds, reptiles, everything you add. Meaning, in everything that you see in the world, whether it is the element or the element's effect. So, Ka, Vayu, Agni, Jala, Urvi is the element, Bhuta, Panchabhuta. Deva, Tiryan, Nara is the Panchabhuta Karya, the effect. All our bodies are made up of these elements only. In all of them, what is saying? Abhinna Satchidananda. Everything, what is common? What is common will be the cause. And what is that? Satchidananda is common. We have already seen. Asti, Bhati, Priya is common. And what will change? Nama Rupa only will change. Vidyete Nama Rupani. Rupa Namani. What changes is only Rupa. It's clear, no? Have you seen? So between all of us also what changes? Nama, Rupa and Nama only changes. And what does not change? Satchitananda does not change because that is the reality. Waves may differ from each other, water does not differ. Ornaments may differ from each other, gold does not differ. And that is why we have established Satchitananda is the reality because it is a final cause. This point is already covered in the earlier discussion. Now comes the point. We have understood how to experience. Correct. We have understood means what? We have first listened to it. Listen to it. Just like that you can't understand. First you have to listen to it. Right? And after listening to it, what happens? You think about it. When you listen to somebody, the teacher explaining, which means what? The teacher has taught and he is explaining. Just because you hear that, it doesn't become your conviction. To become your conviction, what is required? You need to think about it. However much the teacher thinks, it doesn't mean it becomes your thinking. So, teacher thinks, and that is how he is able to teach. That means he is convinced about it. Now what you should do, you also think about it. In the class we do Shravana. Then in your discussions what you do? You do Manana. Independently also you do Manana. Then a time comes when you are absolutely convinced about it, intellectually. No doubts are there. It takes few years of solid perseverance. First of all, it takes some time to hear this also. Even though one text contains everything, this text contains everything. I am not saying it doesn't contain anything. It contains everything. But when you study different texts, what happens? You get different viewpoints. And then you get a better understanding. Okay? Every text in Vedanta is complete by itself. But then why should we study some other texts also? Because as you study other texts, what does not become clear explained in a particular way becomes clear in another way. Suppose in mathematics, now they give you a question and you are not able to solve the problem in one way, then what happens? You adopt another way. So, different ways are different texts. And from that, and by studying that, by listening to that, Shravana happens. Then when you logically think, that is very important. Don't logically use your intelligence and logically think. Very important. You cannot avoid logical thinking in Vedanta. Then you become clear, intellectually clear. That is called Manana. So first Shravana, then Manana. After Manana, you are convinced. You do not have any doubt. Your knowledge is without any doubt. I mean, intellectual clarity is there. So you understand very clearly. What you understand? This is Satchidananda appearing as a box. No doubts about it. But then your eyes and your mind, what does it see? Box only it sees. You know yourself to be Drig, isn't it? But suppose I say consciousness, raise your hand. Will you raise your hand? It has not come to your actual feeling. From knowledge to experience, information has not fallen to. It remains stuck up in the thought level. It has not come into the feeling or experience level. What is to be done? The author is not taking up the question, how to know what is the message of Vedanta? What is the answer to that question? How to know the message of Vedanta? Shravana. What do you mean by Shravana? Listening to the teacher expounding the Shastra. Shravana. The author is not telling. Please understood. The author is also not telling how to get intellectual clarity. That is by what? Manana. What do you mean by Manana? Logical thinking on what I have heard from the teacher. The author is only addressing one point. And what is that? How to bring what you have understood to your experience. That's the only thing he is addressing now. And the methodology which is suggested for that is what we are going to see from verse number 22 onwards. Okay?
Upeksha nama rupe dve.
Upeksha nama rupe dve.
Satchidananda tatparaha.
Satchidananda tatparaha.
Samadhim sarvada kuryat.
Samadhim sarvada kuryat.
Hridaye vathava vahi.
Hridaye vathava vahi. Upeksha nama rupe dve. Satchidananda tatparaha. Samadhim sarvada kuryat. Hridaye vathava vahi. So to bring the knowledge into experience, meaning to bring the knowledge that this is Satchidananda with Nama Rupa, and to bring the knowledge I am Satchidananda Sakshi. To bring this knowledge into experience, what should be done? Upeksha Nama Rupe Dve. Start first of all ignoring. Ignoring what? Ignoring name and form. Ignore. Ignore means what? Don't give importance. Be udasi. You are seeing the box, okay? But don't give importance to it. Because in your understanding, you know it is Satchidananda appearing as a box. Like how the goldsmith does. You go to the goldsmith and you give an ornament. And then you tell him this is to be melted. And then you can keep the gold with you. What will he say? He will only say, you put it in the balance and see what is the weight. And then he will say the cost of this is, this much amount. Then, so it's heavy heart. You take the Maauli Sutra. Because money is required to educate your son. Take the Maauli Sutra. The lady. That also she knows. The earlier one he said it is 10,000 rupees or whatever. And this is also coming the same weight. How much will he say cost of this? That also he said 10,000. Sir, that one was bangle. This is Maauli Sutra. But what is the eye trained for? His eye is trained for gold. He is not going to say Maauli Sutra means it is 10,050 rupees. Why? Upekshya nama rupe. He does not look into that. His eye is trained for gold. He is a goldsmith. Ironsmith is, blacksmith is trained for iron. Goldsmith is trained for gold. And you be Satchidananda Smith. Whatever you see Satchidananda. So if you want to be a seeker, you become a Satchidananda Smith. So what you should do? Upeksha nama rupe tve box give up. Nama rupa give up. Shabda sparsha give up. And what you should do? Satchidananda Tattva. When you look at other person, Upeksha nama rupe tve Satchidananda Tattva. So now look at the other person. You have the Nama Rupa. Nene, Nama Rupa giver, why are you holding it? Satchidananda Tattva. Can you do this? This is the practice. To see something, you need to ignore something. How do you see your friend? By ignoring his defects. That's all. How do you see the enemy? By ignoring his goodness. In every vision, there is an ignoring aspect and there is a focus aspect. Now here also I am looking at all of you, but I have ignored everything and I am focusing on you, correct? Suppose I am looking at that recording thing, and suppose I am looking at this and that. Everything is there, but I am not looking at them. It is there, but I am focusing on you by ignoring them. Yes or no? Now I am sitting here. You are looking at me. But suppose you start looking at the back, because that is also there. Then what will happen to me? You will ignore it. Every perception requires a focus. So if you want to attain the experience of this reality, you start learning to ignore things which pertain to the worldly aspects created by Vikshepa. What is that? Nama. They will show, but you ignore. Okay? And ignoring, what you should do? you focus on that Satchidananda. You become absorbed in that. And that absorption is called as Samadhi. Okay? What do you mean Samadhi? Sometimes people think Samadhi means, some idea and all they have got Samadhi. The word Samadhi means focus, absorption. Dha means to place. To Dha root you have Sam plus A. Sam means Samyak. Very well. A means completely. Dha means to place. So, to completely place is called as Samadhi. Sam, well, very well. A, completely. Dha, to place. Now, what do you mean by Sam and A? The mind has got many thoughts. Okay? Now, you bring all of them at one point. That is called focus, isn't it? The mind has got divergent thoughts. Bring all of them at one point. That is called A, all. So, all your attention at one point to place. So, A plus Da is to place all. And not, so what does Sam mean? For a long duration. Samyak, firmly. Not that you place for a second and then the mind gets distracted. No. Completely placing all your thoughts very well. Very well means firmly. So firmly, all your thoughts, if you place at one place, it is called Samadhi. Now, in what you should place here? Not in Namarupa, but in Satchidananda. Got it? What is Samadhi? And that is said here, Samadhim Sarvada Kurya. You practice the Samadhi Sarvada. Sarvada means what? Always. Always. Always means Swamiji. Always means how long? Till that knowledge becomes experience. Then afterwards effortless. How long should you practice the dance? Till it becomes effortless. How long should you practice the raga? Till it becomes effortless. Then afterwards what happens? Automatically it will happen. If I wake you up when you are sleeping, and then I say, Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drig, immediately you say, Rupam Drishyam Lochanam, and you are sleeping also. Drishyam Dragtu Manasam, Drishyadi Vrataya Sakshi, Drigeva Drishyati. Why? Because you focused on that for so long. Actually it will come. Yes or no? Try sleeping and wake you up and find out. Once it becomes natural, the purpose of effort is over. When effort becomes effortless, effort becomes redundant. Success of an effort is when the effort is not required. So Samadhim Sarvada Kurya. So what Samadhim Sarvada Kurya? Always focus on Satchidananda. Till you are able to effortlessly perceive Satchidananda. Effortlessly be aware of Satchidananda. This you have to put some effort. First of all, to hear requires some effort. To understand requires some effort. And now to experience also requires some effort. Okay? That is worth it. But Swami, some choice should be there. Always one time we get bored, so we want some options. Sometimes this, sometimes this. Yeah, yes, no problem. Hridaye Vatavadahi. you can practice this samadhi. Hridaye. Hridaye means with respect to the inner. Because there are two things. One is Drig and Drishya problem. Another is the world and the reality. Drig is also Sachidananda. The reality of the world is also Sachidananda. So with respect to both, you practice your samadhi. Sometimes you can practice this, sometimes you can practice that. When you get bored with one, you can do the other one. When you get bored with this one, you can do the other one. And you can keep changing. Samadhi sarvada kuriyat hridaye. Hridaye means in yourself, with respect to the inner. That is why I have put here anta. Okay? Athava, and also vahi. So what is the final summary of this verse? If you want to effortlessly experience Sachidananda everywhere, put the effort to ignore the Nama and Rupa and focus on Sachidananda. How long? Always. Always means what? Till you can effortlessly experience. Alright? And this samadhi you can practice with respect to the inside Drig and also with respect to the outside reality. Okay? And even with respect to the inside and the outside, the practice of samadhi can be certain types. So you get a choice. Okay? If you are able to follow samadhi, you can practice inside, you can practice outside. First point. And with respect to the inside also, inside means what? Focus on the Drig. Outside means what? Focus on the reality. Brahman. Inside, Sakshi. And what do you mean by focus on the Sakshi? Focus on the Sakshi as being Sachidananda. What do you mean focus on the reality? Focus on the reality as Sachidananda. Okay? And this inside Samadhi. Inside Samadhi means what? The practice of Samadhi with respect to the Drig as Sachidananda is also twofold. The first one is called as Drishya Anuviddha. Anuviddha, Drishya Anuviddha is it not? Anuviddha means associated. Associated. So Drishya Anuviddha means what? Associated with the Drishya. Associated with Drishya means what? Associated with the scene. Associated with the scene means what? What do you see? With respect to the Drig, what is the Drishya? With respect to the Sakshi, what is the Drishya? Mind, etc. And mind, we know various thoughts are there. Kama. What is this verse? Kama sankalpa sandeha. Lot of vrittis are there. So those vrittis are called here as Drishya. I'll explain it a little bit. One by one you will catch. Okay. So this Anta Samadhi, the focus on the Drig, can be done in two ways. One, with the assistance of Drishya. With the assistance of Drishya. Using the Drishya as the launching pad for the practice of absorption, meditation. How do you use Drishya? How do you use desire as a launching pad for meditation on the Drig? That will come to later on. But first one is using your own thoughts to jump into meditation. So karma is coming, you don't have to worry about it. With the help of karma, you can meditate on the Drig. Right? With the help of any other thought. The most important thing is what? You have to ignore the Nama and Rupa and then focus on Sachidananda. So using karma, ignoring karma, we can find a method by which we can focus on Sachidananda. That is one method. That is called Drishya. Okay? Number one method. Second method is using the Shastra. Shastra. Shastra is Shabda Pramana. Shabda Pramana is what? The instruction given by a trustworthy source. Shabda Pramana. Have you heard of Shabda Pramana? Shabda Pramana, have you heard? Shastra is Shabda, is it not? Whatever Shastra you are hearing is Shabda. And Shastra is a Shabda. Pramana means source of knowledge. So by Shabda here is meant the Shastra. So Anuvidya is associated. Associated with the Shastra is one type. Associated with Drishya is another type. Choice is there. You can decide which one you want to practice. And that kind of initial practice of samadhi, initial practice of absorption, initial practice of meditation, that kind, initially it will be called as savikalpa. Savikalpa means with the difference. With difference. With difference means what? You will feel a meditative thought there. Meditative thought. You will feel that. You will feel that you are meditating. An action is happening. Though lots of thoughts, all thoughts are all gone, still inside you will feel you are meditating. So that kind of feeling of difference, I am meditating on Sakshi. That kind of feeling will be there. That is called as Savikalpa. Savikalpa, with difference. With difference means what? With the thought. With the thought I am meditating, this will be it. So that is called as Savikalpa. And slowly what will happen? That sense, that feeling, I am meditating on Sakshi, that difference, I am meditating on Sakshi, one. Meditating on Sakshi, different. That difference also what will happen? Slowly that will go away. And then what will happen? You will slip into the state of absolute absorption, wherein without that kind of difference, you will be absorbed in the Sakshi. Okay? Slowly, we have time. Slowly. First, what is samadhi? Absorption. If you want, you can put the word meditation also. But absorption is a better word. Okay? That samadhi is of two types. One with respect to the inside consciousness and another with respect to the outside consciousness. Two types. And the inside also is divided into two types. One wherein you use the mental thoughts to meditate upon the consciousness. I have not told you how to use it, okay? I am only saying the types now. Wherein you are using your own thoughts to meditate upon the consciousness. What did I say? Using your own thoughts to meditate upon the consciousness. And since you are using your own thoughts, Drishya, to meditate, it is associated with thought, associated with Drishya. That is called Drishya. In the second one, you are not using any thought that is coming to you. In the first one, any thought comes, it doesn't matter. With that you can meditate. Turn your attention to the Sakshi. In the first one. In the second one, it is not that way. In the second one, how it is happening? You are taking an idea from the Shastra. Idea from the Shastra. Shastra is supplying you some data about yourself. Using that, you are meditating. So both of them, when you start and you go forward for some time, it will be with the effort. You are feeling that you are meditating upon the Sakshi. And slowly what will happen, the effort will go away and it will become an effort plus abidance. An effortlessness will be there in meditation. That will be called as nirvikalpa. In effort, what happens? You will have to put an effort to hold the thought. I am the pure consciousness. I am the pure consciousness. I am the pure consciousness. First level. And slowly will you continue what happened. Without your knowledge, you will remain like that. That is the next level. So thus you have three kinds in the Anta. Okay? Can we tell the names now? Antaha, Drishyanuvidda, Savikalpa, Samadhi. First time. Antaha is common. Samadhi also is common. What changes? Savikalpa also is common. What changes is Drishyanuvidda and Shabdanuvidda. So first one is what? Antaha, Antaha, Drishyanuvidda, Savikalpa, Samadhi. First one. Can you all tell me what first one is? Antaha, Drishyanuvidda, Savikalpa, Samadhi. Again, Antaha, Drishyanuvidda, Savikalpa, Samadhi. Second one is what? Antaha, Shabdanuvidda, Savikalpa, Samadhi. So now you have two kinds of Samadhi, two kinds of absorption. And these two kinds of absorption is the first phase. Both of them are the first phase. And finally what will happen? This Drishyanuvidda, Antaha, Drishyanuvidda, Savikalpa, Samadhi, Samadhi 1. Samadhi 2, Antaha, Shabdanuvidda, Savikalpa, Samadhi, both of them will mature, will graduate itself into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So since it started from Antaha, you have to say Antaha, Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Now only names we are seeing. I am not explaining. Don't try to get the explanation now. Explanation tomorrow. Now only names. Don't try to understand fully what I am telling. No. That will happen tomorrow. Now only names you get. Explanation tomorrow. Only names now, okay? What is the first name? Antaha, Drishyanuvidda, Savikalpa, Samadhi. Number 1. Number 2. Antaha, Shabdanuvidda, Savikalpa, Samadhi. Number 2. Number 3. Antaha, Nirvikalpa, Samadhi. Only one thing I will ask you more. What is Drishya here? thoughts of the mind. Drishya means thoughts of the mind. Why we are not telling Drishya means box? Because it is Antaha. Okay? That's the only point we need to talk about. What is the meaning of Shabda here? Shastra. Why is Shastra called Shabda here? Because it is Shabda Pramana. What is the meaning of Shabda Pramana? Words of the Shastra becomes a means for the knowledge. Pramana means of knowledge. Words of the Shastra becomes a means for knowing myself. Therefore, the Shastra is called as Shabda Pramana. And Shabda Pramana is shortened as Shabda. That doesn't mean oh, wow, kind of. Shabda here means word of the Shastra. Because usually when we hear Shabda, we think some sound. Na? But here Shabda is not sound. Shabda is Shabda Pramana. Words of the Shastra which become means for knowing myself. Okay? So now we have three samadhis. Two samadhis are primary. Primary means starting samadhis, and the final one is the culminating samadhi. Two are beginning stage and one is final state. Clear? To some extent. To some extent only I want you to be clear in today's class. Sure. Now we go, Antaha is over, one section is over. How many samadhis are there here? 3. Now we go to Bahi. Antaha is samadhi with respect to the Drig, is it not? Bahi is samadhi with respect to Brahman. This is samadhi with respect to Sakshi. This is samadhi with respect to Brahman. Sakshi is of the nature of Satchidananda. Brahman is of the nature of Satchidananda. But why we call Bahi? Because that is how we start. And in Bahi, what will be Drishya? In Antaha, Drishya is what? Thoughts. In Bahi, what will be Drishya? Any object of the world, any Nama. Because Bahi Drishya is that. Antaha Drishya is thought. Bahi Drishya is box, tumbler, this, watch, anything. Anything you can. You can use that and go to Samadhi. In this, you can use a thought and go to Samadhi. You can use a thought and meditate upon the Sakshi. Here, you can use any object and meditate upon Brahman. Any object. Here, any thought. Not necessarily good thought. Any thought. Interesting, no? If we have to get good thought and meditate, I am sure none of us will meditate. Any thought. And here also, any object. What is the meaning of Anuvidha coming in both the places? Association. Because using that you are taking your mind to someone. Associate. So now I will not tell the name of the first samadhi. You make the name of the first samadhi. Bahi, Drishya, Savikalpara, Samadhi. One you got. Okay. Only names we are saying. You will see that you will be able to think more about this. What is the meaning of Shabda? Shabda. What is the meaning of Shabda? Shastra. Shastra gives you some advice and some guidance on what is Brahman. Here Shastra gives you some advice, some guidance on what is Sakshi. Here Shastra gives you, Shastra is Shabda Pramana, gives you some advice and guidance on what is Brahman. So what is the next samadhi? Bhagi Shabdanuviddha Savikalpaha Samadhi. And these two samadhis will graduate into what samadhi? Bhagi Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Therefore, how many samadhis do you have got? 6 samadhis. And what is this samadhis and all? When the samadhi should be practiced? After Shravana and Manana. In Shravana, what happens? You understand what is the teaching of Vedanta. In Manana, what happens? You get clarity. And after clarity, what is your effort? To experience, to abide, to feel, to not forget. That happens by practice of samadhi. Now the mind is absorbed in the external world. The mind has to be taught to be absorbed in Sakshi and Brahman. So what we are doing, we are creating an opposite habit for the mind. That is what samadhi is all about. Now the mind also has got samadhi. What is the samadhi now we have? We see only Namarupa. That is our samadhi. Now also we have samadhi inside. What is the samadhi? Seeing the thoughts. We don't have the samadhi of seeing the Sakshi. The habit of the mind is to see thoughts. Now we are creating a new habit for the mind. What is that? To see the Sakshi. New habit. Old habits are broken by new habits. Bad habits are broken by good habits. That's all. Now the mind is seeing the external world of Nama Rupa. Now we create a new habit. What is that habit? See Satchidananda. Even now the mind is absorbed. Now we have to change the object of absorption. Okay. There. So in tomorrow's session, what we will do then, we will understand all these in one go. So now without seeing this board, tell me the 6 samadhis. Without seeing the board. First you close your eyes, for 2 minutes you think about it. If you want, you can see the board for some time. And then, without seeing the board, you should. Ready? Samadhi 1. Number 2. Number 3. 3 more. Now the other side. Good. Hare